They say snow is supposed to be pure, white, clean, silent. But in the winter of 1998, in the remote Alaskan village of Greyhaven, the snow turned black, thick, oily, unnatural. And then, people began to vanish. This is the true unsolved story of black snow, a mystery buried in ice, fear, and silence. Greyhaven was never a big town. Population, 123. Mostly native Alaskans, a few oil contractors, and a single-room schoolhouse. No bars, no crime, just bitter cold, a handful of cabins, and the distant hum of a nearby oil field. Then came February 14th, 1998, the day the sky turned black. A thunderous explosion echoed from the oil site 11 miles away. Locals thought it was a fuel tank rupture. There was no official warning, no evacuation, but what followed was something no one could explain. The next morning, snow began to fall, but it wasn't white, it was black. It didn't melt. It stuck to buildings like tar, it coated trees, blanketed roads, and stuck to the skin like ash. People described it as warm, almost alive, and it smelled like sulfur and ozone. The local radio tower stopped transmitting. Satellite signals dropped. Power flickered. And then, the voices started. Locals reported hearing things outside their windows at night. Soft whispers in a language no one recognized. The sound of boots crunching snow. But no one was there. One resident, 12-year-old Hannah Wu, wrote in her journal, "The snow taps on the glass like it wants to come inside." 2 days later, she was gone. Within a week, 12 people had vanished. No footprints, no signs of struggle. Doors left open, meals half-eaten. The snow kept falling. When authorities finally arrived on February 23rd, the village was deserted. Cabins stood untouched. Coffee still warm in cups. But not a single person was found. Except for one. A man frozen solid near the edge of the forest, his body completely encased in the black snow. Mouth open, eyes wide, hands reaching upward like he was screaming. The official report. Exposure and disorientation. But the villagers were seasoned survivalists. They didn't just disappear. The oil company involved, Arcticor Industries, denied any explosion ever occurred. They claimed there were no active drills near Greyhaven and dismissed reports as hoaxes or hallucinations caused by environmental stress. The state issued a vague statement blaming weather and poor infrastructure. But there was one man who didn't believe it. Dr. Ezra Lorne, an atmospheric chemist who had been tracking irregular weather patterns in the Arctic Circle. He claimed satellite data from that week was missing. Not corrupted, deleted. And the snow samples recovered from Greyhaven, they were sent to his lab, and they never arrived. Dr. Lorne eventually released a paper unofficially, calling the Greyhaven event a non-terrestrial anomaly. He pointed to two major clues. The chemical structure of the black snow, based on one photo, showed crystalline patterns not found in any known ice formation. The shape of the burn radius surrounding the village matched electromagnetic weapon tests. Was it a cover-up, a failed experiment, or something older? Something buried in the Alaskan tundra that humans never should have disturbed? We'll probably never know, because in 2001, Dr. Lorne died in a car accident. His files confiscated. The lab that studied the snow quietly shut down. Over the years, hikers and bush pilots flying over the area have reported strange sights. Snowfields that shimmer under moonlight, unnaturally smooth. Black trails in the forest that never melt. And the most chilling, a voice on the shortwave radio, repeating a sequence of numbers over and over again. In 2015, a drone team attempted to photograph the Greyhaven site. They lost signal over the area. The last image? A snow-covered town square, and faint footprints leading into the forest. Only one set, and they never came back out. What happened in Greyhaven, Alaska? A freak weather event? A corporate cover-up? Or something far more terrifying? One thing's for certain, nature doesn't forget, and sometimes it fights back. So if you ever find yourself in the Alaskan wilderness, and the sky turns black, and the snow begins to fall, check the color, and whatever you do, don't follow the voices. If this story gave you chills, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real unsolved mysteries in dark history. Do you think the black snow was natural or something else entirely? Tell us in the comments. And remember, stay warm, stay curious, and never ignore what falls from the sky.